Well, here we are then, the final day of pre-season testing here in Bahrain.
It's been good, hasn't it, so far, Crofty? We've seen all the teams out there putting in the miles, putting in the laps, and we come away from it still not knowing who's going to be the team to beat. It looks super competitive as always.
No, you're not wrong, Ant. Red Bull and Ferrari have looked impressive as expected.
Okay, Aidan, we've got some great data over the past couple of days. We're all really happy, but let's make this a big, strong finish, yeah?
Yeah, copy.
Right, we've gone with a brand new setup on the car here, so just use this lap to get accustomed to the changes, and once you feel like you're happy enough with everything, you can come back to the pits at any time to end the session.
Okay, sounds good.
Great, I'll leave it up to you.
Posta. E começar a aquecer aqui o maluco.
Oh, isn't it good to be back, Aidan? I've missed this.
Yeah, you know me. Just getting back into the swing of things.
Right, we'd like you to push it on this next lap, please, mate.
Can do.
Okay, mate, let's have some feedback on the car, please. How's it feel?
Yep, sure thing. Car's feeling great.
Right, that's excellent stuff, mate. We're seeing really positive data from that run, so just when you're done, bring it back into the pits.
Copy.
Foi o filme dele tipo erro na app e não sei o quê. Eu tenho que ficar para ele.
Okay, Aidan, everything's looking good so far. Car's
E
looking
tem
great.
2 horas novas
So
para.
are you.
Estás a ver que estar
Yeah,
é ter
this
menos
car is a
dinheiro na
rocket
FNAC.
ship. You guys
Eu
have
sei
made a
isso.
beast right here.
Ou seja, o meu também, mas já é menos do que eu também. Sim, sim, sim. Epá, amigo, eu nunca vi essa parada de bonito.
I've already told Casper, let the car run a little wider out of turn 4. You can really extend the track there.
I don't know. We're already pretty close to track limits at that point.
Well, you're leaving time on the table, sis. Just let it run a little wider. It's all
Yeah,
good.
but you're not the one behind the wheel, Dev.
We might be pushing our luck with the stewards, so we'll have to side with Callie on this one.
Ask Casper, he'll agree with me.
Está assim, acho que o Serinha não é aquele.
Yeah, they're here now. Just give me a second. Devon, just a man. So we look through the data, and if we adjust the ERS harvesting rate, we should see some improvement on those turns.
Told you.
Right, okay, settle down. Got someone who wants to speak to you all. Right, they're listening now. Davidoff.
Good. So, as your new team owner, I thought it only right that I check up on my investments. And I'm glad I did. Casper's just filled me in on the laptop.
Se não paga, no maluco. E ele tá. Hello.
We had an incredible start to the 24 season. Better than any of us could have imagined.
And do you think
That's
any of that was down to...
Hey, boss, got a couple of minutes?
Oh.
Davidoff.
Casper, how's everything shaping up?
Pretty good. We're just
Epá,
about to
quando
go
estava a
over the
ficar
data
calor,
from FP3.
mas achei o Icas que desse.
To adjust the brake
É
balance.
mesmo.
She's still locking up coming out of turn 7. And as for Aiden,
Yeah, good. Thank you, Casper. Thanks. Yep. Casper, listen, we need another strong showing at Imola.
of course.
Getting a great result in Ferrari homeland would show that we're serious about making the top 3.
And we are, as you know. We delivered a good car this year, so don't
But there's always a better car around.
What a terrific battle this is. Down the main straight at Imola. Connor Sport against Red Bull. Verstappen against Mayer. And there's contact. Into the gravel goes Mayer. Verstappen races on.
It was always going to be close going into that corner. Tough to go around the outside. Verstappen was so hard though, so aggressive, as we often see.
Everything okay, Callie?
Where was I supposed to go there?
I know. We'll talk about it later. Right now, let's get your head down, because it looks like you've escaped unscathed.
Copy, I'm on it.
let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Okay, nice work. Really good job with that target, mate.
Verstanden.
Okay, gap to the car ahead. Oh, you worked hard for that one. Congratulations. Well done.
Woo! Yes!
Got to say, it's been another good day for Connor Sport today. A string of positive performances recently has seen them establish themselves well and truly ahead of the midfield.
Yeah, they're in the top 3 now, Crofty. A great season so far, and I've been really impressed with both Mayer and Jackson.
I don't think you're the only one there, Ants. We'll be watching their season with interest. And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. So congratulations then to Connor Sport, your race winners today.
Callie, quite a fierce battle with Max out there today. How did you find going up against him in a situation like that?
Desculpa, mano. Estava. A minha mulher já está em casa.
Look, Max has been world champion for the last 3 seasons and he's looking like he'll make it a 4th. He's the best in the world right now. What more can you say? I mean, you don't really get the edge on Max very often, so I am pleased I was able to survive that scrape and come through like I did.
You're now 3rd in the Constructors. That's the best performance we've ever seen from Connor Sport. So what do you put it down to?
Yeah, I attribute it to the team as a whole. Everyone talks about the drivers, but it's really good to remember that we're all in this together. The engineers, the mechanics, strategists, every single person at Connor Sport is giving it their all, working harder than ever, and I think the results are starting to show that.
So do you feel like you're sending a message to the rest of the grid with these kinds of results?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. Connor Sports still have this reputation as a new team or a small team, but we're so much more than that. We're here to compete with the best in the world. On our day, we can beat anybody on the grid, and so far this season, we're proving that.
Thank you so
Escolhi a
much for your
gaja
time.
que é para ser diferente.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, yes, yes.
Evan.
Hey, Dad. Just congratulating the guys on a job well done.
Yeah, there's no time for that. We all did well. How are preparations coming on for Monaco?
Yeah, I'm sure everything's in hand.
Listen, Evan. We don't have time to rest on our laurels. I want the race data analysed and the full diagnostic reports on Casper's desk before we begin packing down. Listen, you've dropped the ball on this one. You cannot take your foot off the gas, not when Connor Sport is this close to success. I expect you to take charge. Show the team what a leader is.
Yeah, well, it's a bit difficult, that, Dad. I'm team liaison. Basically, I pass notes between departments. Not exactly leadership material, is it?
Devon, you have got to focus on the bigger picture. Casper.
Davidoff. Devon, can you give us a minute? Just need to talk to your father.
Yeah, sure thing, boss. I'll just go and liaise, yeah?
Davidoff, why so full on?
I'm just trying to motivate him, is all. He needs to stay focused.
Yeah, I'm talking about the team. They've just had a fantastic result, and you're... Just give them some space to simmer down, to celebrate.
Of course. You're right. But we cannot lose momentum now, Casper. Everything must be in its place.
What are you planning?
What do you mean?
I've seen that face before. I mean, whatever it is, just keep me informed. I don't want any nasty surprises.
I'm just looking out for my family, that's all.
Okay.
Hi.
Callie, sorry to miss the debrief. What a race.
Yeah, thanks.
Listen, let me take you out for dinner to congratulate you.
What? One of you and Aiden's little soirees? No, thank you.
Don't be like that, California. You're always welcome. I always invite you and you always say no.
You invited me once in Monaco when I found out you were going without me.
That was just a misunderstanding.
In fact, I think it was Aiden who invited me.
I'm not getting into this. Look, are you coming or not?
Dad, I'm sure you mean well, but the last time we tolerated each other...
Excellent start, Aiden. Now's our time to push. Come on.
Copy that.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
Some brilliant laps out there at the Red Bull Ring today, especially from our race leader, Aiden Jackson.
And his teammate, Mayo's making up ground out there as we speak.
An impressive overtake on the cards. Is it? Is it? Yes, it is. Mayo moves another place closer to her teammate in first.
Aiden's in first.
Copy that. Aiden is in first.
Can I catch him?
Let's go and find out, mate. Come on.
I can catch him.
You're 5 places behind Aiden. 5 places behind. And gap is 12 seconds. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 2.0 seconds. The gap is 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far. Okay, Aiden's a couple of places up on you. There's a gap of 7 seconds now. Okay, 5 seconds separate you. The gap's 3 seconds. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap. Gap to your teammate behind, 23.0 seconds.
In a league of their own today, and what a day for Connor Sport.
It really is, Crofty. There'll be people out there wondering when was this team going to slip up, but so far they haven't. It's been a great performance from both of their drivers.
And that performance puts them in second place in the Constructors' Championship within striking distance of Red Bull. Can they top the table? Well, with performances like that, I'd say they could. Well, Connor Sport are on top form once again.
Callie, congratulations on first place today. How do you feel?
Thanks, I feel good. I'm feeling more and more confident with each race, and I felt in control from start to finish out there today. And this is exactly where we want to be, not just fighting for the podium, but fighting for the outright win. It just proves to me that I can be out there beating the best, and it proves to the team we've got what it takes to compete at the highest levels of the sport.
You had to go through your teammate to secure victory today, so come on, what was it like taking on Aiden out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's all fun and games and training, but I'm actually really competitive with Aiden on the track, more so than anyone else on the grid, so it definitely keeps things interesting out there. I know he's giving it everything, and I know as well as anyone how good he is, and that makes my victory all the sweeter.
Well, today has moved Connor Sport up to second in the table for the first time ever, but can you sustain this level throughout the rest of the season?
Yeah, we're not just going to sustain this level. The goal is to improve it. We've worked too hard to get here just to let it slip now. We're not going to reach second place and be content. We've got to capitalise on this momentum and keep pushing and aim for the top. And honestly, I think days like today show that we've got what it takes to get there.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for staying behind. Connor Sport's flying this season, flying. We're one place behind Red Bull. But it's a long season. I won't be around for a race or two. I have a bit of business I can't avoid. So I thought we'd get together and make sure that you understand what I expect from you in my absence.
Well, you said it yourself. We're flying, right? So we just keep doing what we're doing.
No. Oh. If we're to catch Red Bull, take Connor Sport to the next level, each of you is going to have to step it up. Devon, you need to take charge more. You're a butler, a man of action. You need to start acting like one.
What's Casper said about that?
Callie, in my absence, follow Devon's lead, no arguments.
Finally.
Casper will be calling the shots, as usual. but Devon speaks for me. Is that clear?
Sure, no problem.
So, when we reach the top of the table, Connosport will no longer be the hunter, but the hunted, and every team will be gunning for you. So, Aiden, if there are any disagreements anywhere in the team, don't be afraid to step in. Casper is going to be coming under increasing stress over the next few races. I need to make sure there's someone there with a cool head, able to smooth things over. And to keep half an eye on these two. Now, does everyone understand what I want them to do? Have I made myself clear?
Crystal. Of course.
Sure.
Good. I think we're done here. Remember what I said? You can close the door on your way out.
Mum. Congratulations, Cal! I was screaming at my TV.
All nice things, I hope.
You are the best driver on the grid right now. There, I've said it.
Thanks, Mum. How's everything?
Oh.
Could you take a look at this, please?
Davidoff.
Casper, we will push for the title, won't we?
I mean, we're already pushing. A good result today and we could be right behind Red Bull, or even beating them, as...
And can you guarantee that for me? Can you guarantee that we'll beat Red Bull?
I can guarantee that we will try. That we will do everything we can, every effort, you know this.
We can do it, Casper. I know we can.
Davidoff, is there something I can help you with? Are you okay?
No, I have other business to attend to. Ciao.
Hey, we need your input on this one.
There's an issue with the gearbox.
Okay, stand by. I'm assessing it now. Okay, Callie, you are going to have to manage that problem for now, please. Copy?
Okay.
We're looking into it. We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 9.8 seconds. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Right, well done, Callie. Well managed. The issue should now be resolved. Can you please confirm? Please confirm.
Yeah, all good.
She found the space and Maya got the overtake done. Looks like those gearbox issues are truly behind her now, and surely she'll have her sights set on that podium.
And what a fantastic move it was. She's been super impressive out there today.
Okay, mate, you're making good ground here. Let's push.
Copy.
Okay, gap to leader, 9.6 seconds. Our gap to first place, 8.1 seconds.
A minha também foi o que eu pensei logo também.
Okay, so gap to the leader, 5.8 seconds. distance to the leader, 5.8 seconds. Okay, gap to leader, 4.1 seconds. Gap to first place. Oh mate, great stuff. You hit that target. That sets us up nicely for the rest of this race.
Bué deste circuito.
Final lap, push, push.
Selbstverständlich.
Yes!
Some race from Callie Mayer today, and those points will see Connor Sport take the top spot in the constructors' standings. And for the first time in the team's short history. The question is, how will Red Bull now respond?
Well, I'm sure they won't take this lying down, but for now, it's Connor Sport who are the best team of this 2024 season.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst that Connor Sport team. And they certainly deserve it.
Hey, nice one.
Hey. Thank you. Casper said you were hiding out in here. Where you been? We're on top of the standings.
Shut the door, Cal.
Everything all right?
Yeah, I think you better take a seat.
What is it?
Just sit down. Why don't you ever listen?
All right. What's wrong, Dev?
It's Dad.
What about him? Where is he?
He's dead. He's dead, Cal.
Come here.
Can't believe it.
You're gonna be okay, Dev. You're gonna be okay. A lot of drivers are posting some of their best times, but you know, so are we.
Yeah, they can push all they want. They're not catching us.
One more question about your dad, if that's okay.
Oh no, we've already issued a public statement.
Well, the press release didn't say how you felt personally, so I was just wondering if you'd care to elaborate on that, as the family?
We loved him dearly, and we miss him very much.
Yeah, he was a good dad. He was a good man. He loved this team, loved this sport. You know, and most importantly, he loved his family. He was very generous, very supportive. He was a good dad. Right, Kelly?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, thanks.
Thank you. It's not hard, Cal. You just show a little bit of emotion like a normal person. He was a good man who loved his family. Simple.
Did he?
Come on, not this again. Look, what more did you want from him? I mean, I know you two had a rough patch, but you owe him just as much as I do.
Huh.
What?
You really believe that?
Hey, boss. Got another one for you.
Não explicou, mano.
Hey, Andreo.
Hey, how's everything? How's Callie?
Well, she insists we stick to the schedule, so business as usual, I guess. You know, I don't know what else to do.
Do you think she's okay?
No idea. She's difficult to read. Always has been.
Would Devon talk to her?
Haven't asked. You know, they have a strange relationship, those two.
Some things never change, eh? Listen, I'm around. You call me if you need me, yes?
Thanks, Andrea.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
What a race this has been from Callie Mayer. Threatening so many times, but she's under pressure here, and oh, she's lost it! Oh no! Lost it at the third turn. Her race is over, and I'd imagine that's a red flag.
It just looks like she ran a bit wider. Here's the replay. Had a snap of oversteer, wasn't quite able to catch it, and yeah, this is going to be a red flag. There it is.
Oh dear, what a great day it could have been, and the Connosport team watches on from the pit wall. It was all looking so promising.
Is Callie all right? Is she okay? She's absolutely fine, yeah, don't worry. Right, it's all on you now. Let's keep the focus up. We've got a chance to improve our position at this restart. Okay, copy that.
Damn, bro.
Let's try this again. Fresh start, head down.
Copy.
green flag. Great manoeuvre, you made it look so easy. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. Oh, you worked hard for that one. Congratulations. Well done. Woo! Yeah! Come on!
Have to say, this has been a memorable race here at Zandvoort today, and an important race too, as Red Bull reclaimed the top spot in the Constructors' Championship, and Connosport drop into second.
Yeah, I mean, Jackson tried.
So after a magnificent race, we can now...
Aidan, Callie's incident really shook things up out there. How did it affect the race for you today?
Yeah, it really did shake things up, but look, Callie's an incredible driver. She always drives right to the limit, and, you know, her instincts out there today, they are the same instincts that have given us the season so far. So it's been tough for her recently, but the team has her back, I have her back, and we'll all keep pushing together.
Well, Connosport dropped back to second place today. How will the team deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, our approach so far this season has got us to the top of these standings, so I'd say something's working right for us. Sure, we dropped back today, but, you know, we're not about to panic and make any drastic changes in our approach. We've got the right drivers, the right team, the right car. All we need to do is trust in our process, and the results will follow.
Well, it's clearly been a very tough few weeks for you all with the loss of Davidoff Butler. How are you coping?
I think in terms of the day-to-day operation of the team, I wouldn't say it's had any real impact. At the end of the day, we're all professionals and we've all got a job to do, so we know the only way of dealing with his loss is to keep moving forward. We can't afford to let up, so yeah, we've focused on sticking to the schedule and sticking to the approach and just looking forward to the next result.
Well, thank you for chatting with us. Great to have your time.
Aidan, thanks for your input in the review.
Yeah, no worries. It was productive. You know, especially considering everything. It's a weird vibe in the garage. Everyone's pretty quiet.
Yeah, can you blame them?
Suppose not. How's Callie?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you the same. She's, well, keeping herself to herself.
Yeah. It must be terrible for her. And Devon. I can't even imagine. I know I'm not part of the family and, you know, I'm just here to drive, but I want to help. Where I can. You know, just let me know what I can do to support them. And you.
Thanks, Aidan. Yeah, I'll bear that in mind.
I mean it. Focus on Devon and Callie for now. I don't need much managing. You can fuss over me later.
Okay. I appreciate that. Now, sometimes I forget that, you know.
Forget what?
Well, you wouldn't have said that as a rookie. So, I've got some other stuff to deal with, but thanks.
Yeah, anytime. Bye, Casper.
Well, Davidoff dying hit everyone hard. I mean, we were there, right at the top. But no matter how everyone tried to keep it together, it was just impossible to keep pace with Red Bull.
We found out afterwards that Davidoff had been ill for some time. He kept it from everyone. He tried to get as much in place as he could before he left. It was tough. But Devon and Callie, they had a lot to sort out.
Which is why, in the event of my death, I leave Butler Global and all of its assets to my son, Devon. I know you'll be watching this, Devon. And I hope that now you'll understand everything that I've prepped you for over the years, especially now that you're not driving anymore. Be a leader, Devon. The business is yours. I know you've got it in you.
That's it?
Those are his wishes. You are to be the sole owner of Butler Global and all its holdings and subsidiaries.
Including Connorsport?
Including Connorsport, Mr. Butler.
Right. Nothing for Callie?
That's okay.
What do you mean that's okay?
Well, it's not a surprise, Dev. I didn't expect anything.
Why not? So, are you sure this is right?
Oh, sure, Mr. Butler. Those were his wishes.
You'll be great. It's what he wanted. Just don't fire me, yeah?
If I could just get you to sign here, and your full signature there, please, Mr. Butler.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, boss, got a couple of minutes?
Hey, Callie. Thanks for the call.
What's up? Saw your text.
Yeah, look, you've had a lot on recently. And I was just thinking that maybe it would be good to set up some kind of support structure. You know, when I've struggled before, and I have, it really helped to talk to someone, like a professional.
No, whoa. Absolutely not. You want to send me to a shrink? Get my head checked?
No, it's not like that. A lot of athletes speak to psychologists. No one's saying there's anything wrong with you. It's just a way to maybe give you someone to talk to.
Oh. This isn't a choice, is it?
I'll require you to do this as part of your duties for Connorsport. And look, I really think it'll be positive.
Okay. Right. Well, I'll go, but don't expect me to be a model patient. See you later.
So, not the best start, Callie, but we have still got time, so let's push, please.